Okay.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another weekly tech update. We've got Sean here, who hasn't been feeling so well, but he is putting out the effort, and
Yep.
he's going to suffer through this one.
Power
For
through it. It's
everyone's,
all good.
that's right, power through it. I should say it that way. Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. First thing on the list I have is the investor marketing campaign.
Yeah. So I think we're ready to start this. We're going to have some conversations this evening about planning and execution, and we're going to start doing this next week. It's time to start making some noise and getting people who are institutional type investors, not users, but true investors, aware of the project. So yep, this is moving forward.
If you could speak about just for a moment what type of institutional projects do you see trying to get involved?
Mm-hmm. So I see just, okay, there's the pure play advertising. So things like banner ads or paid articles, uh, those sorts of things that just promote the general ecosystem. And then actively seeking things like speaking engagements. I've started to reach out to people who do podcasts so that we can talk about the projects more in a more organic way rather than just pure advertising. And then potentially doing things like trade shows. We need to obviously, those are going to take a little while because there's lead times on those things. But those are, I'd say, the three prongs of what I'd be looking at.
Okay, wonderful. Then let's move on to the next item. We've got proof of stake voting. We've got a vote in progress for the reward split between proof of work mining and proof of staking. And I think we have about 4.5 days away until that vote comes to an end. So if you haven't voted, please go out and do so.
Mm.
Sean has put out a video on how to do that. And I believe you are working on another update to the CLI interface for Qt. You want to tell us just a little bit about what your next update is going to cover?
Yeah, I released one yesterday or this morning, attempting to resolve some of the issues around the password and multi-wallet thing. The RPC call that we're using to get the unspent transactions to enumerate all of the coins that are to vote. It's supposed to list all the transactions that are open in a Qt wallet. So if you're running Qt and you open multiple wallets, it should allow you to vote all of them. For some reason, it's not listing any of them. So I'm going to run Qt locally later this evening and try to update that. So it will allow you to vote in one command all of your wallets that are open through Qt if you're running the Qt node. If you're just running a full node, you're going to have to still run through CLI. But this should hopefully includes the user experience on Qt.
Right. I'll also note out real quick just that I noticed if you have an encrypted wallet and you go to run, go to vote through the CLI, even if you put your password in the CLI, it doesn't send the vote out if your wallet's loaded and open. So you need to go into the Qt console and unlock the wallet using that wallet passphrase command, and just do it for like 500 to 1,000 seconds, and then run the CLI, and it works just fine.
Right. Yeah, I think that's hopefully what if you load the Qt, the RPC should work. So I'll
Okay.
figure that out tonight for sure.
Okay. Great. All right. And then we are also working on getting a public tally of the votes set up before the vote ends, so people can go check that out and see where things are at. We've got somebody else who has started building that, and hopefully we'll have that ready soon. In the meantime, if you vote and you want to verify your vote, just take your transmit ID and go to the Blockbook Explorer, which is linked on the website. It's on the, if you click on Explorer in the menu, it'll take you right there. You just put your TXID in the search bar, and it'll show you how many coins were voted. All right. Then let's move on to whatever is going on with the comedy game show.
So we completed the front end wireframes. It looks really cool. I'm very pleased with the product. We had a third party developer work on that, and I will be hosting a just a tech demo version tomorrow. The server is like 60-70% complete. I'm just going to load up a sample game show with like 5 rounds of questions, and I need to develop the admin panel that allows the moderator to push the new questions, push the results, clear the screen, just kind of run through the cycle of the game. It's really just a simple HTML page with 3 or 4 buttons on it. So once that's done, I'll run a tech demo just internally with like 5 or 6 people. And if that's all good, then we'll go to a more public demo early next week. We'll maybe solicit people from the community to hop on at this particular time, and I'll just like MC a demo show, and people can see what the experience is. And that'll be, again, mostly like a tech test. And then we have our first live show. Originally, it was going to be next Friday the 13th. However, the person who, this Nick Hopping, who's the comedian we're working with, he said that the attendance at that show had been a little spotty, and so he felt that the Tuesday show would be better. It's also on the Lower East Side, so it's closer to the person that we're having as the sponsor for the show, and so we think that that'll be better anyway. So it's been moved to Tuesday, May 24th at 8:30 p.m. And we'll do a bunch of advertising around this as well. But yeah, early next week, look for some demos, and hopefully we can get some people to be a part of the game and actually play it.
That's right. Even though it's a demo, it's going to be live for everybody to watch in real time or participate in.
Yeah, and we'll give away like, I don't know, 100 Dynamo or something like that. We'll give away like a real prize. So we want to test all the mechanics of registration and payout and everything else. So it'll be just like a real show, except that you'll see my ugly face instead of some real comedian.
All right. Well, very good. It's good to hear about that progress. Yep. So then let's go to the 2D MMO. I know you kind of were resurrecting that last I heard.
Yeah. So I think we talked about that a little bit last time, but I really didn't understand. I thought that I had sort of clarified that the 2D MMO was morphing into the Isle of Trials 3D product, the low poly product that we have out there now. And I didn't realize that there was this expectation in the community that we would continue with a simple 2D web-based game. So after hearing some feedback that we really actually wanted this, I have handed over the assets to a developer, and that is in progress. So I will be sending some updates hopefully next week.
So this is a new developer you've got just working on this project?
Yep.
Wonderful. All right. I will mention the text MMO briefly here. I am in contact with that project, and I know they are still actively working on it. So expect to see that coming out when it's ready.
Yep. And I'll have some updates for them on the spell casting and the combat piece as well next week. That's all part of what I'm building in the 2D MMO. So I'm just going to port that right over to the Discord stuff.
Perfect. Yep. I know they've got a list for you there.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a new game that's also being developed, and we haven't really talked about this one before. So this is a 3v3 fantasy type battle game. Yeah. What do we have to say about this so far?
Yep, very, very early in the works, but it's a 3D isometric perspective, Unreal Engine, just using a whole bunch of ad marketplace, open source stuff. We're just going to go really quick to market with this, try to get a playable demo out in, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, just something really quick and easy, leveraging a lot of the engines and prior work that I've done in the Isle of Trials and also and many of the other play to earn games that we've created in Unreal Engine. So we got all the libraries we can reuse really quickly on this. So yep, it'll be something like not Clash of Clans, but more of a more of a Pokemon kind of thing. But we'll do fighters and druids and necromancers and goblins and that kind of stuff in a 3v3, three players, three enemies, and you can play against other people. You can play against the computer and play to earn.
Right, more of a I don't want to say relaxed game, but it's more of an easier to get into than Isle of Trials type of thing. It's more of just like an armchair type.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, excellent.
Yep, casual game. Yep.
Right. Okay. And then we've got a new wallet that is supporting Dynamo Vitellum. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So we worked with their team. Great folks, by the way. Really nice couple of people working on that. They fully support the coin on all platforms. It's web, Android, and iOS. So we finally have like a true native app. And it's cool, right? Because there's people in third-party ecosystems that are coming to the project and building stuff on it. So it's votes of confidence, right? So these are good things that help to build out the credibility of the project.
Yeah, that's right. It's always great seeing an outside project that supports us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Total Mayhem. We've got. Go ahead.
Yep. So I've been, as many of you know, I've been sick for the last 4 days or so. So we're a little bit stalled on that. We do have some discussions about getting the demo reel going, and that's progressing.
I can tell you're not faking it. If you're well enough to do this video now, I can only imagine what you felt like the last few days.
It's been brutal. Yeah.
All right.
So much to do. I just want my life back,
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have the new web wallet. Version 2 of the web wallet is very close to release. It is in testing right now. We've got a group that is working through it, reviewing it. We're working out the kinks, and I think people are going to be pleased with the upgrade. It has real fields for one.
Yep.
But yeah, it's looking great. It's still fully non-custodial. It's using the same API that you built for the other one. So the foundation of it is the same. It's basically just a much nicer front end. Would you say that's accurate? An accurate description?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll miss the purple dinosaur, but
yeah. Will that stick around for people? That's got to stick around, right? For people who set up wallets in that.
I guess we should probably create a migration route. Because I don't think that it just causes more support nightmare than anything else. So
I'm sure there are some people that have set up, have gotten some Dynamo and put it in the original web wallet, and they just like parked it, and they're just going to forget about it for a couple of years.
Yeah,
probably be good to at least have it accessible just for those people.
Yeah, I guess just maybe we just don't promote it, but leave
it
right out there. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
And I have the enhancements to the wallet server staged locally on my dev machine. So I'm going to push those. I just didn't want to push them while I was sick because if they're all out and can't deal with it. So I'll probably push those maybe tomorrow, depending on the schedule. Sunday's Mother's Day. I'm going to be kind of out of pocket, but if definitely not, then Monday. So that'll give a better user experience in terms of the locking of the coins, the estimation of the transaction fee, all of those things, giving a proper error when it actually fails.
Right.
I fixed all those things too. So the back end's getting an overhaul.
Okay, very good. Well, that's the end of my list. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think just we're cruising along here. We're definitely. I know again, last few days I was kind of out sick, but we're definitely moving forward. And I think we've seen some good price action based on some of the stuff that's happened recently. But I think the institutional advertising and then the advertising of Isle of Trials and some of the other games, will help to bring new faces and more investors. So
That's right. There's a lot of people working on a number of projects behind the scenes. Yep.
And crypto is crashing the last couple of days too. So
That's
really
right.
resilient in the face of the tsunami. So
that's true. Like Dynamo is actually doing better.
Yeah. I
appears
actually I started to spend some time looking at the top, say, 500 coins. So coins in like the range of 300 to 500 market cap rank, because we want to be there, right? What do those coins look like? What do they do that attracts a valuation of $80 million? Or because that's what it is.
That's
right?
a good question to ask. Yeah.
Right. What are other people doing that makes their project worth $80 million? Because that's what a top 500 coin is, roughly somewhere between 75 million to 95 million. And of course the curve is parabolic from there. The top 100 is all, billions and whatever. But it's interesting to see the majority of these coins are tokens. So they're not even mainnet.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of them are just sort of like meta. So they are tokens for an exchange. They are tokens for a wallet. They're tokens for a DAO. There's something like they're all these sort of like tokens for other things. There's no intrinsic value. And I even looked at XYO, which I felt was one of the real sort of cool use case things, right? They've completely pivoted. They're not even doing location services in their headline announcement anymore. It's crazy. So
what are they now?
it was something about like cross-chain transfers or something, and they were creating
like a bridge.
Yeah, like you were able to, but liquidity pools backed with anonymous something or another. I don't know. It was a lot of mumbo jumbo to me. I couldn't really see the utility, and I didn't spend a lot of time. I saw XYO. That's I forgot about those guys. What are they doing? Crazy. Just completely. If you read their white paper from 2017, they're talking about location services. Now they completely erased everything from their website about that. It's a totally different thing. But I don't know. There's $6 or $7 million a day in volume, and it's worth $80-90 million. So it's a 250 rank coin or something, right? I mean, I don't know. So I'm going to continue to look at the coins in those ranges to try to figure out. I'm going to spend some more time on it this weekend. But that's on my mind. What is it going to take for us to be, say top 1,000 even? Let's try to figure that out. So
yeah, that's a great way to look at it. That's right. Just find the
what are other people
commonality
doing?
there.
How do we get there?
Yep.
Yep. That's on
Very
my mind.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's everything, then I wish you a speedy recovery. I know you're getting better, so hopefully there's not too much ahead of you left. But yeah, have a great weekend.
Cool.
And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yeah.
And if you're not a mom, don't forget to say happy Mother's Day to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Be well, everyone.
See
More
ya.
fun next time.
Yep.